Hey guys, it's Cody with After 5 Outdoors. We're back again with another rules and regulations video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about baiting. I know some people have questions about baiting. What is baiting? What is not baiting? What is just feeding deer? It really gets to be the point of when you're hunting, it gets to be a lot of the issue. So today we've got Tony Elwell from the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources with us. Tony is a conservation officer up in the northwest part of Minnesota. Today we're going to talk a little bit about baiting and hopefully clarify any questions. Hopefully we'll make that abundantly clear what baiting is. Tony, thanks for being here. Thanks for meeting us yet again. Let's talk about bait.
All right. So in Minnesota, it's unlawful to hunt over bait for deer. What is bait? Bait is any kind of food, basically corn, apples, anything. There's a number of products on the market that have these kinds of things in it. It's important that if we're going to use those while we're hunting, that we look at that ingredients list. They have to have that ingredients list on there. Fructose, dextrose, anything like that. If you don't know what it says, if it's a funny looking word, chances are it's probably food. You might want to take a look online and see what that is. But it's against the law, and the reason why it's against the law is everybody knows about CWD. It's one of the primary ways that disease gets spread from deer to deer is from contact. When we have bait, deer are close in, they're touching noses. If we've got bait, there's saliva on that bait. If an infected deer comes in contact with that bait, it's probably going to spread to another animal. And obviously it's the fair chase issue. That's what bait is. That's why we have these baiting rules. What is not bait? Food plots, as long as they are left to be, as long as we're not mowing those and concentrating them in any way. Those aren't considered baits. Natural agricultural field, any residue, crop residue that's left over after ordinary agricultural practices, as long as that stuff isn't being gathered up and concentrated, that is not considered bait. Other things like apple orchards, as long as we're not shaking that tree and making apples fall down or raking them up into a pile, that is okay.
So basically it's like if it's an agricultural practice or if it's a food plot that's you're not gathering stuff and piling it up and you're not moving, you're just kind of planting your stuff and letting nature just be nature, basically, then you're in good shape.
Yep. Now, we were talking off camera about, well, what if I feed deer in the summer? And that's fine. A lot of folks will do that. They'll set up a camera and have some bait there to take a look at what kind of animals they might have on their property. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. We do run the risk of spreading disease when we do that, however, but as far as being legal, that is legal. We can hunt over that spot as long as we're taking all of that bait out 10 days prior to hunting over it. And that means every scrap, any kernel of corn, anything like that needs to come out. If we're using liquid bait, or a powdered bait, we may even actually have to dig dirt out to get rid of all that stuff. Doe urine, buck urine, things like that. In northwestern Minnesota, those are legal to use. Now, in our CWD zones, in our watch zones throughout the state, those may or may not be legal to use. A natural mineral block, whether it's a salt lick that you would find on a cattle ranch, or trophy rock is an example of a commercial item. That is, as long as it's 100% mineral, we can have that over, we can hunt over that and have that by our deer stand. But 10 days is 10 days. After that 10 days, then you are allowed to hunt over it. Not on day 10, actually day 11, we would be lawful in hunting over that.
What are some of the penalties for baiting in Minnesota?
Penalties are steep. First off, you're going to forfeit that weapon, whether it's a rifle or a crossbow or a bow, upon conviction. That'll be gone. Steep fines, obviously, and then the big one is you're going to lose your big game hunting privileges. You won't be allowed to purchase a license for a year after conviction, and that I think is the biggest penalty for most hunters, is losing that privilege to hunt. If we kill a deer over bait, that's going to add another $500. If it's a trophy animal, it's going to be $1,000 on top of any other fines that are accrued, plus losing that weapon and losing the privileges.
Hopefully this video will kind of help you out a little bit, clarify some of the baiting things if you weren't quite sure what they are. Yeah, we covered the broadest points of the baiting rules and regulations. If you want to check further into it, you can always go to the Minnesota DNR website or the hunting handbook. It starts on page 60. So Tony, thanks for being here again.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you having us. Hope this video clarified some stuff for you. If you have any questions, you can throw them down in the comment. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. Hope you can get out and enjoy God's great outdoors, and we will see you on the next one.